A week from Sunday, McIntyre defends his world title against Gunther at Survivor Series. But tonight, McIntyre needed a man he could trust. He looks towards the rated R superstar Edge as that tandem takes on Kaiser and Vinci of Imperium in your Friday night SmackDown main event. Also coming your way here tonight, who will secure the final spot in the Women's World Championship matchup at Survivor Series? Will it be the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, or will it be Indy Hartwell? We find out later tonight on SmackDown. We are live tonight for the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as the road to the Fall Classic continues. And this man, Austin Theory, look towards Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden a week from Sunday, where he will lead a team against a team by the rated R superstar Edge.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
Coming up in Madison Square Garden is a traditional Survivor Series elimination match, and the teams have been determined. Austin Theory leads his squad featuring Grayson Waller, Braun Breaker, and the Apex Predator Randy Orton against Edge's team featuring the one and only Ricochet, Johnny Gargano, and the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. It is a classic Survivor Series 4-on-4 occasion a week from Sunday, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time in Madison Square Garden, New York City. Austin Theory and Edge, with a lot of history throughout 2023 and 2022, they write the next chapter a week from Sunday. But tonight, Austin Theory looks to gain momentum, lead by example for his team, as he goes one-on-one with a man who will represent Edge's team at Survivor Series, that being the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. Mysterio's had some bad luck as of late here on SmackDown. Can he turn it all around tonight in Minneapolis?
And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
Well, last Saturday night at Saturday night's main event, Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with the man who will now challenge Cody Rhodes for the United States Championship at Survivor Series, that being AJ Styles. Unfortunately, Rey Mysterio coming up short in a great contest that kicked things off this past Saturday in Milwaukee. But as we mentioned, it's been unfortunate bad luck for Rey as of late here on SmackDown. And what is going through the mind of Rey Mysterio after the events of Monday Night Raw, where he saw his son, Dominic Mysterio, get traded to the Red Brand in exchange for Ilya Dragunov coming to SmackDown in the Cruiserweight Classic. A lot going on in the Mysterio mindset, I am sure, but tonight he's got Austin Theory, and so far, so good. Tonight is all about building momentum towards Survivor Series. Sunday night, November the 19th, Team Austin Theory versus Team Edge in a good old-fashioned traditional Survivor Series elimination match. Mysterio trying to bring some good mojo to the side of the rated R superstar. Of course, Edge back in action tonight for the first time since coming up short to Austin Theory in one-on-one action back at Clash at the Castle. Drew McIntyre needed a man he could trust, and he has teamed up with Edge on numerous occasions this year, and he has fought Edge on numerous occasions this year. Amidst amounts of respect between McIntyre and the rated R superstar, tonight they stand side by side in a battle against Imperium. Right now, Austin Theory has got no answer for the man in the yellow and red, as Mysterio with a crossbody to the outside. Mysterio is looking sharp in the opening moments of this contest, but unfortunately this is not something we have seen out of the ordinary for Rey Mysterio as of late. We've seen him start matches hot and unfortunately not been able to deliver in the end. And Mysterio goes for the cover. Will that do it? Not just yet. As we mentioned, the loss to AJ Styles last Saturday night was upwards of a month ago, where Rey Mysterio fell to the Apex Predator Randy Orton here on SmackDown. Orton's got a lot of history with everybody opposing Team Austin Theory at Survivor Series. About last year at the Fall Classic, Randy Orton and Edge went one-on-one inside Hell in the Cell. Just last week on SmackDown in Glasgow, Scotland, Randy Orton defeated Johnny Gargano. And Austin Theory may be about to defeat Rey Mysterio off the blockbuster. Will that do it? Not just yet. So much riding on the line And what is going to be an all-star collision from Friday Night SmackDown as Austin Theory with the tope suicida. Mysterio known to take things to the air. Austin Theory showing he can play the same game. Theory turning this match on his head. And again, Rey Mysterio, he has started out contest hot in recent memory, hasn't been able to deliver on the backside. Meanwhile, Theory not watching his awareness, and Rey Mysterio giving Theory a taste of his own medicine. Taking out the spine of the young man from A-Town. And Austin Theory may be caught between a rock and a hard place. Mysterio able to strike from anywhere, in or out of the ring. On spaghetti legs, and Mysterio right back in control of this great contest so far tonight on SmackDown. They spoke too soon as Austin Theory off the reversal. There's a reversal by Rey. Hold for hold here. Theory getting sent into the opposing corner. Rey Mysterio not looking to see a loss tonight on the road to Survivor Series in just 9 nights. Look at this, on the top rope. What has Mysterio got in mind? Spins him around, Hurricane Rana from the top. And that may be all she wrote. Mysterio into the cover here. Not just yet, Austin Theory still into it. Very exciting physical matchup to kick things off tonight in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Last time we were here at the Target Center back in April for the Backlash Premium Live event where Austin Theory went one-on-one with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. It was a loss on that night. Will Theory return to Minneapolis with another loss here tonight? Oh man, big pump kick. Knocking Mysterio right off his feet. Got right up again, tilts a world, a backbreaker. Mysterio went to the air a lot throughout this matchup. Takes almost as much out of Rey Mysterio as it does Austin Theory. Theory cannot allow himself to get frustrated against this Hall of Famer. And Theory now, A-Town down on Rey Mysterio. Into the cover. And momentum is on the side of Team Austin Theory in just 9 nights in Madison Square Garden. Rey Mysterio, some unfortunate bad luck continues for this Hall of Famer, but Austin Theory grinning from ear to ear, knowing he is full steam ahead on the road to Survivor Series.
Here is your winner, Austin Theory.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, Austin Theory can't soak in the sun rays of that victory for too long because the Rated R Superstar Edge is back tonight in Minneapolis. Edge reminding Austin Theory that there is unfinished business at hand, and Edge is looking to settle the score when it's Team Edge versus Team Theory in just 9 nights, live from Madison Square Garden. Coming your way on Sunday night, November the 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a live premiere event. It's the 2023 edition of the Fall Classic, the Thanksgiving week tradition. It's WWE Survivor Series. Brought to you by Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. And not only is this going to be a night of epic proportions, but it will emanate from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in New York City. Don't miss Survivor Series, live from MSG on November 19th. Well, we are back here live at the Target Center, Minneapolis, Minnesota. But 9 nights from tonight, we will be in Madison Square Garden, where we will determine the Women's World Champion of SmackDown. So far, Candice LeRae, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shayna Baszler already qualifying for this 4-woman elimination matchup. Who will take the final spot? Will it be Indy Hartwell, or will it be the genius of the Sky, Io Sky? We find out up next here on SmackDown. Certainly high stakes, high reward. Every woman looking to gain the gold at Survivor Series.
And from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
Well, Io Sky looking to make her way back to Survivor Series. Remember last year at that same event, It was Io Sky alongside Xia Li, falling short to, coincidentally, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae for the now retired Women's Tag Team Championship. Io Sky has been on the up and up here on SmackDown, just looking for that opportunity to break through. Could this be the moment for the Genius of the Sky? Somebody who has held gold on multiple occasions down in NXT, but looking again for that breakthrough moment here on Friday Night SmackDown. So far, the field of 3 of 4 has already been set. Shayna Baszler defeating Bianca Belair via countout a few weeks ago to qualify for Survivor Series. Last week on SmackDown, Candice LeRae with a decisive victory over Zoe Stark. And then last weekend at Saturday night's main event, Raquel Rodriguez big-time Tejana bombed the Shotzi and punched her ticket to Madison Square Garden. Final spots on the line, Io Sky, Indy Hartwell, ready to fight tooth and nail to see who is going to the world's most famous arena. As this matchup progresses, again, still to come tonight in your main event, Ludwig, Kaiser, Giovanni, Vinci of Imperium, set to take on the Rated R Superstar Edge, who you just saw moments ago in that little bit of a confrontation against the man he has had a lot of issues with, Austin Theory. Edge going to be in the main event alongside the World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre has been extremely active on the road to Survivor Series, so you gotta wonder what the condition of the Scottish Warrior is after the events of last week in his hometown of Glasgow, Scotland. Defeated Giovanni Vinci in one-on-one action, but it was the aftermath that really told the story. His opponent for Survivor Series, the Ring General Gunther, ambushing McIntyre and a huge powerbomb through the announce table. Gotta wonder the condition of McIntyre. Is he anywhere near 100% coming into this big-time tag team matchup with so much momentum riding on the line later tonight? All remains to be seen, but let's focus in on the action at hand from the SmackDown Women's Division. Indy Hartwell, Io Sky. Both of these women want to see their name in the lights, becoming the first Women's World Champion. All it takes to get the opportunity is to make your way to the 4-woman elimination matchup. But to get there, you got to get through Minneapolis tonight. Indy Hartwell not afraid to take things to the air to counteract the Genius of the Sky. Indy Hartwell has held championship gold over the last calendar year. As we just mentioned, her and Candice LeRae with a run as the Women's Tag Team Champions. Indy Hartwell and Candice also held gold down in NXT. You got to wonder what the mindset of both of those women would be like if not only Candice is competing for the Women's World Championship at Survivor Series, but if Indy Hartwell meets her there as well. Gotta believe that the friendship would go out the window, all in the means of leaving Survivor Series with the Women's World title. That is, of course, if Indy Hartwell can get through Io Sky tonight, who, as you can see, is clearly willing to put caution in the wind in the means of success. Io Sky is just waiting for that breakthrough moment on SmackDown. She has been on the blue brand ever since the draft back in March. We've only seen so much of Io because unfortunately a lot of those matches have not been victory for the Genius of the Sky. But a chance to turn it all around tonight. Wait a minute, Indy Hartwell, my goodness! Springboard halfway across, really the entire ring, one side to another, going coast to coast with the elbow. I don't know how much of that she got, but she clearly got enough because Io Sky's lights may be on, but there may be nobody home. Indy may be going to Survivor Series. Not just yet, Io Sky is still into this fight, but that was a huge move by Indy Hartwell. And you gotta believe if Indy would have got all of it there, she may have gotten that 3 count and would have punched her ticket to Madison Square Garden. However, Io Sky, sense of urgency, trying to rev up the engines here. Insecurity to the back of the dome. Sky, after that big-time elbow drop by Indy Hartwell, may feel that it's now or never to put her name in the hat as a possible contender for the Women's World title. Back and forth, the pendulum of momentum starts to swing. 8 women given an opportunity. Right now we are down to 5, but it must be 4. As Indy now, springboard missile drop kick to go to Survivor Series. Not just yet, Io Sky is still into this fight. Gotta give credit where credit's due. The always impressive Indy Hartwell, just as we said for Io Sky, also throwing caution in the wind, trying to get that victory, trying to become the final woman in the Women's World Championship match. Io Sky with another reversal. Again, now or never. Indy Hartwell's, I'd say, controlled the better half of this matchup. Io Sky fighting a little bit of an uphill battle. And he's obviously got the size and possibly the strength advantage. And although he's willing to take things to the air, as we have seen on multiple occasions, they don't call Io the genius of the sky for nothing. Oh, wait a minute, gets sent to the outside. Io could have been looking for a springboard, possibly a drop kick of her own. Indy Hartwell had it scouted. Got to give credit where credit's due. Obviously, Io Sky, the veteran of this matchup, but Indy Hartwell doing her homework before this clash here tonight in Minneapolis. Oh my goodness. Dare I say, Io Sky has been shaken to her core in this matchup. She may not have been expecting this level of fight out of Indy Hartwell. Indy looking to stand across from not only her tag team partner, Candice LeRae, but also Raquel Rodriguez and Shayna Baszler. But it may be Io Sky stealing the victory right here. No. Only a 1 count there. Indy Hartwell's got a lot left in the tank. Who is going to get the upper hand? Io Sky is fighting tooth and nail, trying to get the momentum on her side. And that German suplex may have done it. Indy's controlled the majority of this matchup, but never count out the genius of the Sky until you hear a bell. Another block by Io Sky there, avoiding that Hangman's neck breaker. It's all about getting the 1, 2, 3, however. Another stiff shot as this matchup progresses here tonight on SmackDown. Kick down by Io Sky. There you go, another drop kick by Sky. And now Sky is starting to stack up that momentum, and much needed in this contest. Indy controlled the majority, momentum swinging back and forth on a few occasions. Io Sky starting to see the offense stack. Reversal, wait a minute. Look at the maneuver by Io Sky, so agile inside of that ring. And those are some of the maneuvers that brought her to the dance today. Indy Hartwell now may be seeing red. Now into the corner. What does Sky have in mind? Her wheels are spinning. Io may have been watching Rey Mysterio moments ago with the Frankensteiner from the top rope. And then look at this. To the next corner. Io Sky goes and a big-time splash on Indy Hartwell. Minneapolis coming unglued for the clash between these two women as Io Sky now drops an elbow. Corner to corner to corner. But Indy Hartwell's still alive. What a great matchup between Indy Hartwell and Io Sky, fighting tooth and nail to claim the final spot in the Survivor Series 4 Woman Elimination match. Only one woman will join Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, and Raquel Rodriguez when the Women's World Championship of Friday Night SmackDown is up for grabs. Which one of these women is it going to be? However, it may be Io Sky. What a maneuver. Face first off the canvas goes Hartwell. And that'll do it. Gotta give credit where credit's due. Indy Hartwell putting up one hell of a fight tonight. How she survived the Frankensteiner, then the splash, then the elbow is beyond me. But in the end, Io Sky putting the pieces together and getting the victory tonight on SmackDown.
Here is your winner, Io Sky.
Well, that is a huge victory for the genius of the Sky. But it all comes down to 9 nights from tonight. Madison Square Garden, live in New York City. At Survivor Series, 4 of the top women from SmackDown will compete in an elimination clash. Candice LeRae, Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez, and Shayna Baszler, who will leave Survivor Series as the Women's World Champion. Coming your way on Sunday night, November the 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a live premiere event. It's the 2023 edition of the Fall Classic, the Thanksgiving week tradition. It's WWE Survivor Series, brought to you by Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. And not only is this going to be a night of epic proportions, but it will emanate from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in New York City. Don't miss Survivor Series live from MSG on November 19th. It is coming your way a week from Sunday, live in Madison Square Garden, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the 2023 Survivor Series. In the Friday night SmackDown portion of the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line as the #1 contender, the Ring General Gunther, challenges the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. It is a battle of titans at Survivor Series. As determined over the last week, a part of Monday Night Raw, the WWE Championship will be on the line. Tommaso Ciampa, the sole #1 contender, and he will meet the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. The invincible Ilya Dragunov made his way through the Cruiserweight Classic, not only moving him to SmackDown, but also putting him at the front of the line for a title opportunity. He gets Santos Escobar for the Cruiserweight Gold. As just determined moments ago, the 4 women are set: Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Io Sky, and Raquel Rodriguez, who leaves MSG as Women's World Champion. And what about from Monday Night Raw? The WWE Women's Championship is on the line in an Extreme Rules match. Becky Lynch using that ladder to up the ante on Raw this past week, but can she take down Rhea Ripley when the gold is at stake? Not one, but 2 traditional Survivor Series tag team matches on hand. Team Austin Theory, Team Edge, Theory, Waller, Breaker, and Orton take on Edge, Mysterio, Gargano, and Ricochet. It's an all-star lineup from Friday Night SmackDown. And on Raw's side of the field, it is Team Karrion Kross, featuring Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Solo Sikoa, taking on Team Sheamus, featuring the prizefighter Kevin Owens and the World Tag Team Champions Butch and Ridge Holland. And what about the United States Championship matchup that was determined this past Saturday night in Milwaukee? AJ Styles set to go one-on-one with the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And AJ really threw down the gauntlet 2 weeks ago in London, England, after Cody Rhodes successfully defended his title against the Bruiserweight Butch. AJ Styles shocking us all. A really turn of events for the Phenomenal One, ambushing Cody Rhodes from behind. AJ really proclaiming that he wasn't going to wait in any lines and he was taking an opportunity where he fits. And AJ getting exactly what he wants. He will meet Cody Rhodes for the United States Gold in Madison Square Garden. But as for tonight here on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes, I'm sure, is fired up and looking to let off some steam on the road to Survivor Series. He gets AJ Styles in 9 nights, but tonight, 1/3 of the OC, Carl Anderson, is going to go one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. And you got to believe the champion is going to be seeing red, looking through Anderson and trying to build momentum towards his clash with the phenomenal AJ Styles. SmackDown set to continue live from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes!
Well, it's been one hell of a reign as the United States Champion for Cody Rhodes thus far, winning the title back at SummerSlam in August, giving Gunther his one and only loss, a part of SmackDown. Since then, he has successfully defended the gold against Ricochet, Braun Breaker, John Cena at Clash at the Castle, and most recently Butch, live from London, England 2 weeks ago. But there is now a personal issue with AJ Styles. Styles, with a turn of events, a turn of soul, if you will. Tired of waiting at the back of the line, hungry for opportunity, targeted Cody Rhodes. But did he piss off the wrong American Nightmare? Because Cody Rhodes looks more focused than ever. Looking to send the message to AJ Styles tonight through Carl Anderson of the OC. There is certainly a lot of momentum, a lot of anger and frustration looming around this contest here tonight on SmackDown.
his opponent, accompanied by Luke Gallows, representing the OC by way of Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 213 pounds, Carl Anderson.
Well, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, dare I say, certainly not leaders, but certainly followers of the phenomenal AJ Styles. Whatever Styles says, these two men are going to follow. And if the mission is take out Cody Rhodes and take away the United States Championship, we know Anderson and Gallows are going to follow the phenomenal one doing just that. These two good brothers stood side by side with AJ this past Saturday night in AJ's victory against Rey Mysterio. But now tonight is all Carl Anderson's business to try to soften up Cody Rhodes before they get to Madison Square Garden 9 nights from tonight. Nonetheless, here we go on SmackDown. Carl Anderson one-on-one, the United States Champion Cody Rhodes. Anderson hot out of the gate with that uppercut, and I expect nothing less. Again, I'm sure the mission from the OC locker room is soften up the United States Champion. We have seen with his back up against the wall on multiple occasions this year, but Cody Rhodes has fought from underneath before, and he will do so again, even if it is a 3-on-1 disadvantage in a sense at Survivor Series. Let us not forget that Cody Rhodes is the one and only man to hand Gunther a loss on the main roster. That coming back at SummerSlam, that is what kicked off Cody Rhodes' reigns as United States Champion. Now Cody looking for a submission hold here, going to try to tap out Carl Anderson in the early going of this matchup. No collar and elbow tie-ups tonight. Cody and Anderson both throwing live rounds and both going for the kill. And Anderson getting out of that right there. Anderson going for the neck breaker, nobody home. Cody Rhodes saw it coming from a mile away. Wait a minute here. Cody with a crossroads. This match hasn't even been going a minute. Well, Cody Rhodes gets the result either way. Cody coming out hot tonight. We gotta check the clock. Was that even a minute-long match? Maybe just over? Cody Rhodes certainly doing some damage here tonight on SmackDown.
Here is your winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Well, if that doesn't tell you all you need to know about the American Nightmare's mindset heading into Survivor Series, AJ Styles may have put the target on his own back, and the United States Champion is out for Retribution 9 nights from tonight in Madison Square Garden at Survivor Series. Well, coming your way next week on SmackDown, the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight title, Ilya Dragunov teams up with Nathan Frazier to take on Legado del Fantasma's Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. Also coming your way 48 hours from Survivor Series, the #1 contender to the world title, Gunther, meets a man he has had issues with in months past, that being the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano. Friday night SmackDown 48 hours before Survivor Series, shaping up to be one hell of a night on the Blue brand. But as for tonight, we are live in the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and it is main event time here on SmackDown. The Ring General Gunther meets McIntyre in just 9 nights at Survivor Series. But tonight, Vinci and Kaiser of Imperium look to soften up the World Heavyweight Champion that much more before he defends the big gold belt in a clash of titans at the world's most famous arena.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Gunther at a combined weight of 440 pounds, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, Imperium.
Let's take you back to last week. McIntyre's homecoming in Glasgow, Scotland, defeating Giovanni Vinci in the main event, unfortunately was ambushed by a Survivor Series opponent in the Ring General Gunther. And as you can see, and why we are speculating McIntyre's condition heading in to tonight's main event, this monstrous power bomb through the announce table moments after McIntyre had already competed inside the squared circle. McIntyre's been keeping up a heavy schedule, without a doubt. defending the World Championship successfully against Randy Orton last month at Clash at the Castle. Just days later, on a special Halloween edition of SmackDown, McIntyre once again defending his championship against Austin Theory. And then last week, one-on-one with Vinci. Now tonight in this tag team matchup, is McIntyre going at a pace that is not going to go well for him when he meets the ring general in Madison Square Garden? All remains to be seen. The momentum's on the line here tonight.
You think you know me?
Earlier tonight, the Rated R superstar Edge stood across from Austin Theory, sending a short and sweet message to what was to come at Survivor Series. But tonight, Edge now refocuses on this tag team match with a man he has stood aside with before, a man he has stood across from before, and a man he has a huge amount of respect for in the World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre.
And their opponents, first from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 249 pounds,
Well, Edge has no problem stepping into a fight, especially alongside the Scottish Warrior. This is not the first time this year that Edge and McIntyre have been in tag team action, and they have been successful in these duos affairs in the past. And with Edge looking to bounce back after that loss to Austin Theory at Clash at the Castle, looking ahead to Survivor Series, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Well, Minneapolis is hot and heavy for Edge, but the Target Center comes to life for the World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre. The Scottish Warrior has waved the flag of the blue brand all throughout 2023, but are his days numbered as the World Heavyweight Champion? McIntyre has fought the best. He has beaten the best. But can he get through Gunther 9 nights from tonight in Madison Square Garden?
and from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Edge, Randy Orton, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins. Just some of the names that McIntyre has defeated in his World Championship reign. Another name on that list, the franchise John Cena, where earlier this year in this very building in Minneapolis, McIntyre and Cena had one of the best matches of 2023, in which McIntyre survived to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. Excitement's getting me. Nonetheless, Drew McIntyre back in action as always tonight. A fighting champion, the face of Friday Night SmackDown, looking for a measure of revenge and looking to send a direct message to his Survivor Series opponent, who stands in the corner of his brethren tonight. Tag team main event here on SmackDown. Let's get things going on the road to Survivor Series. Edge and Drew McIntyre taking on Ludwig, Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci of Imperium. Gunther standing ominously at ringside. Again, this is Edge's first match back inside the squared circle since Clash at the Castle a couple of weeks ago, where he fell short. Austin Theory pinning Edge for the first time in one-on-one action. Now Edge gets another measure of revenge on Austin Theory. Traditional Survivor Series matchup. Edge will lead a team featuring Rey Mysterio, Johnny Gargano, and Ricochet, taking on Austin Theory, Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller, and the Apex Predator Randy Orton. So much riding between so many of those SmackDown All-Stars in that match. Meanwhile, Ludwig, Kaiser going to the outside. The Rated R superstar, however, hot on his tail. Edge not afraid to spill things out in the ringside area, especially with how hungry I'm sure he is for victory tonight. We just mentioned his name moments ago, but Johnny Gargano, 48 hours before he fights alongside Edge and others at Survivor Series next week on SmackDown, will meet the #1 contender for the World Championship, Gunther. Those two men with some history on SmackDown going back to earlier on in the fall. Remember back at the SmackDown exclusive live event No Mercy, Gunther, Kaiser, and Vinci of Imperium with that big six-man tag team victory over Dominic, Rey Mysterio, and Johnny Gargano. Nonetheless, we are here in Minneapolis tonight. Kaiser trying to get back into this thing. You're going to tag in Giovanni Vinci, who I'm sure would love to stick it to McIntyre after the world champion claymored his head into the 5th row last week. At first, it was a successful homecoming for the World Heavyweight Champion, turned into a disaster because of the man at ringside. McIntyre alongside of Edge, looking to stick it to Imperium here tonight. Nice move by Edge off the double team moments ago. Again, Edge and McIntyre, they have teamed up side by side on numerous occasions this year. Defeated teams like Jinder Mahal and Robert Roode back at Super SmackDown back in June, where Gunther and Cody Rhodes met for the first time. Anyway, things starting to break down here. Referee better keep his eyes on all the action as best of his abilities. Kaiser going after Edge, Vinci going after McIntyre, and Imperium taking control inside the squared circle. And Gunther loves what he sees at ringside as Imperium splits the difference and using a little bit of a bend of the rules to their advantage. Now Giovanni Vinci coming from behind, taking advantage of a distracted rated R superstar. And that is what Imperium is going to need to do in this matchup, taking on a Hall of Famer and Edge, and I'm sure a future Hall of Famer and the World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre. Wait a minute. Here comes Edge with a Canadian Destroyer here tonight in Minneapolis. Into the cover, not just yet, Vinci's still into it. Edge bringing some of that winter snow down here. Minneapolis tonight, I don't really think they need it, but nonetheless, Edge with a backbreaker, keeping this thing going. Great move by the rated R superstar. Edge fired up tonight for victory. McIntyre now in. And he may have beaten Vinci last week, but now a little bit of revenge on the mind of the Scottish Warrior. However, Giovanni Vinci trying to steal the victory, not just yet. I'm sure Gunther has given Vinci and Kaiser strict orders tonight, not only to get the victory and to try to get in the psyche of McIntyre, but continue to inflict punishment on a man who could not be coming into tonight 100%. This is back-to-back-to-back SmackDown main events for Drew McIntyre. Glasgow Kiss into the cover, and Kaiser breaking things up. McIntyre almost had the victory there. Unfortunately, Imperium, and the numbers not allowing a 3 count. Edge taking care of Ludwig Kaiser at ringside. Meanwhile, McIntyre manhandling Vinci moments ago. Now wait a minute here. Right in front of his Survivor Series opponent. Want to talk about sending a message? Look no further than the actions at hand. Drew McIntyre fired up and staring a hole through the ring general. The World Heavyweight Champion riding on the edge of a lightning bolt and not looking to come down just yet. Giovanni Vinci realizes McIntyre is lying in the wait, not looking to come back in just yet. And wait a minute, Drew said, fine, you want to stay on the outside? Edge will take care of you. I'll go after Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser feels the wrath of the champion. Giovanni Vinci laying out Edge at ringside. Back to the drawing board we go between the two men who met in last week's main event in Glasgow. Wait a minute. McIntyre loading up for a Claymore kick, but Giovanni Vinci did his homework. Had it scouted this week. Vinci going for a kick. And there's another reversal. Big time powerbomb by the champion. Business is picking up in your tag team main event tonight. And now Vinci with a counter. Giovanni Vinci better be thanking his lucky stars he was able to avoid that Claymore kicker. I got a feeling this one would be over with, and he would be getting a talking to back in the Imperium locker room. Edge back on the corner. Ludwig Kaiser back on the opposite corner. Giovanni Vinci just trying to wear down the world champion. You see there, trying to take out the legs, take out the knee. Maybe trying to take away the Claymore kick, McIntyre's best weapon in his arsenal. McIntyre trying to fight out of this predicament right now. Giovanni Vinci trying to slow down the pace The world champion, however, not interested in those affairs. McIntyre fired up. I think he's almost allowing Giovanni Vinci to make the tag here. Said, bring in some fresh blood. I'll take out Kaiser too. McIntyre better not get overzealous, better not let his anger and frustration towards Gunther's attack last week allow him to see red and make a mistake tonight. Kaiser off the air raid crash. McIntyre with a counter. Glasgow kiss. And now a cover to Vinci, or excuse me, Kaiser. Not just yet. And McIntyre is not giving an inch in this matchup. He has controlled the majority of this thing against Imperium as he sends Kaiser's lifeless body over the top rope, and the Rated R Superstar gonna pick the bones. Giovanni Vinci still dazed and confused on the outside. Gunther trying to rally, but how much can he do against these two men who are seeing stars right now? And there's a Claymore kick by the champion. Imperium's momentum is coming to a screeching halt, and that cannot be good for Gunther's chances at Survivor Series. Drew McIntyre is on top of the world, and even though Gunther has been one of the most dominant stars in recent memory, will even he be enough to take down this Scottish warrior?
Here are your winners, Edge and Drew McIntyre.
Well, Edge has got to be psyched to get a victory on the road to his traditional Survivor Series tag team matchup, where he leads a team against Austin Theory's tandem. The Rated R Superstar successful in his return to bout tonight, but as for the World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre, continuing to press forward, but will McIntyre continue on with his World Heavyweight Championship historic run 9 nights from tonight at Survivor Series?
Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise if you hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'm a